You probably clicked on this video wondering if Vanguard is going to be a good game or not, so let's just go over my experiences with the game so far. Around this time every single year, there's always a new alpha or beta for the new COD games, and I get super excited and probably a little more hyped than I should every single time. But that's the case again with Vanguard. I'm super excited. I was excited enough to the point where I actually plugged in my PlayStation and we were playing at 60 FPS, 80 FOV, and I even plugged in the mouse and keyboard in there because I just don't even know how to use a controller anymore, so the input lag was terrible. The first thing I noticed is that even on console the graphics looked surprisingly good. They actually looked really good. Now it did look a bit blurry at times, but that's because I was playing at 1080p and I'm used to playing at 1440p. The visibility in this game was well, it was pretty awful, to be honest. We all know how bad the visibility is in Warzone, how hard it is to see enemies, how much they blend in with the environment. Well, it's the exact same in this game. The colors are just dull, they're bland, everything's just like a grayish, brownish color. Enemies are blending into the environment, and it's just overall just not pleasing to the eyes, and the visibility for seeing your enemies is just really bad. There is some other things that make the visibility bad, like the butt of the gun when you're aiming left and right with the iron sights. Like the butt of the gun will actually cover the iron sights, so you can't really see what you're aiming at, so that definitely doesn't help with visibility. The muzzle flash is pretty over the top. It's bright and a little obnoxious. It's a little too much, so that also hurts visibility. Whenever you're taking damage in the game, your screen gets really dark, so again, that's hurting visibility a lot. I did see them say that they are going to be turning that back a notch, so that's going to be getting fixed, but that's the only thing they mentioned. So all these other issues with visibility are going to be present in the game. It looks like it's just everything looks bland. You know, I understand that it's a World War II game and they want to make it feel like it's a World War II game, but back in the 1940s, I'm pretty sure they had color, so why not make it, you know, somewhat colorful, make it pleasing to the eyes, you know what I mean? If you haven't heard by now, a lot of the environment is destructible, so you could like shoot at a sign or a wall or something and just completely just blow it up, you know, it's destructible. But that also does make the whole map kind of feel like it's made out of paper. I feel like I could shoot through literally anything on the map during the alpha and kill anyone, so that's not very cool. The movement in this game feels so close to being good. It feels similar to Modern Warfare. I'm sure you know by now that the engine they are using in this game is the same as Modern Warfare's engine, but the movement just feels slightly clunky, and I think the reason it feels clunky is because when you slide cancel in Warzone or Modern Warfare, you slide cancel so you can reset your tactical sprint. But when you slide cancel in this game, it doesn't reset tactical sprint, so you're like slide canceling into like a slow sprint. It just feels clunky, so I'm hoping they kind of give us that movement that's more similar to Modern Warfare and Warzone, where if we slide cancel, we can actually reset our tactical sprint, because I mean, that was the whole reason for slide canceling before, and it just overall feels kind of clunky, like I said. But as I mentioned, I was playing keyboard and mouse on console. I know that might be frowned upon to some of you, but keyboard and mouse on console felt terrible. I was on a PS5, for example. Sometimes the keys wouldn't register. There was input lag. Sometimes I'd press a key and my character would just keep moving that way even though I wasn't pressing anything, so it just seemed very buggy. Personally, I didn't play on controller at all, but I've had some of my friends say that the controller sensitivity feels off, but I can't comment on that from personal experience, just some things I've heard from friends. The gunplay in this game actually feels really good. It feels similar to Modern Warfare as expected, since we're on the same engine, and the BAR and the STG are probably the two best guns in the game so far. It just feels really good to shoot the guns. They're really fun to use. It feels nice to use, and I've been hearing that we're going to be getting up to 70 attachments on each gun, which is just ridiculous. But then again, there's probably going to be a lot more levels, so we're going to have to really level our guns to make them viable to use in Warzone, because we all know how important the attachments are. So I feel like that could be a thing where they want us on the game more, leveling our guns, because they know we got to get them leveled for Warzone. And let's be honest, the majority of people are probably getting this game only to level their guns for Warzone. I did notice the time to kill seems a bit higher than in Modern Warfare's multiplayer, but then again, in this mode, people are using shields, so it's kind of hard to tell, because some people are using shields, some people people don't have shields. But overall, the time to kill did seem a little higher than Modern Warfare's multiplayer, which is good. Personally, one of the reasons I didn't like Modern Warfare was because the time to kill was way too fast and the maps were just terrible, but that's a whole different topic. But the guns did actually sound incredible, but I did notice some audio bugs where like sometimes you'd shoot the gun and it'd be a certain volume, then other times you'd shoot the gun and it'd be like almost non-existent, the volume, it'd be super quiet. So I'm guessing that's an audio bug. I would assume that's not intentional. Along with footstep audio, I could barely hear enemies' footsteps whatsoever, and you know, the audio kind of seemed like it was all over the place. It was kind of like all jumbled together. I don't know, all the audio just seemed kind of just mashed together, just like all in your ear. Couldn't really differentiate the different sounds. But then again, I did really like the gun sounds. The guns do sound really good, so that is a positive to take out of that. In this game mode specifically, the Champions Hill game mode, I did notice that I spawned directly behind enemies sometimes, which is not a good thing at all. We don't want the spawns to be that bad, and I did notice people spawning like directly behind me sometimes too. So hopefully the normal 6v6 maps don't have spawns that are that bad, because that is not a good thing. But honestly, overall, I've been enjoying the alpha so far, and that's with me playing on console, which I swore I would never do again. And honestly, I'll probably plug in the console again for when the 6v6 modes come out, while I'm waiting for the PC version of this to come out, just because I actually enjoyed it, and I'm kind of surprised I enjoyed it, because watching gameplay before I played it made me not too excited for the game because it just didn't look all that good. But I actually had a good time, and that's saying a lot, because during the Modern Warfare alpha and the Cold War alpha, I hated those. I hated those alphas. I did not enjoy them at all, and both of those games, their multiplayers, I did not enjoy whatsoever. So this is definitely a really good sign for me, and I think that should have you guys really excited for this game. But I'm just super excited to get my hands on normal 6v6. I'm even more excited to get my hands on this game on PC, playing 1440p, get like 200 FPS, get the 120 FOV going. For whatever reason, there's not an FOV slider on this game on console. I'm sorry, console players out there, but that's just kind of sucks. It's 2021 and you guys still aren't getting FOV slider, and I mean, you guys had it in Cold War, so that's very weird. One other thing I want to mention is I've noticed the hype for this game doesn't seem to be all there, especially on Twitch. I'm looking at Twitch right now. This game literally has like 2,500 viewers on it, which is just ridiculous. There's no hype behind it at all. And I honestly think the marketing team just sucks, because if they did it right, there could be a lot of hype behind this game. But I mean, let's be honest, this Champions Hill game mode, no one's gonna play this after the full game comes out. People are just gonna be playing normal 6v6. And the fact that they're locking it to only PlayStation players being able to play it just kind of shuts out the rest of the player base, almost makes it so people just don't care. And not to mention, they're showcasing a game mode that probably most people don't really care about, and they're showcasing it on console, when if you put this game on PC, I'm sure it looks beautiful. I just think the marketing team is just, they're just not in touch with the community, because there could be a lot of hype surrounding this game right now if they marketed this correctly. I saw the doc say this, but just imagine if during that last Warzone event, you get done with the Warzone event, like after you shot the train and everything, and you're running and all the planes are above you in the sky, and all of a sudden it just transports you to a 6v6 match on Vanguard, and then that's it. That's all you got until like the beta came out next month for all consoles. Just imagine the hype that would have. It'd be much more exciting than this. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think of Vanguard down in the comments. If you have played it, if you haven't played it, whatever's going on. But if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and drop a like if you did enjoy the video. I'd really appreciate that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Here's the web. Peace.